Now, I hope this is working because I'm trying to do things a different way because I've been having difficulty um, with the audio on, my device. So, what I want to talk about, and it's really quick, it's not going to be nothing really long, but it's a couple of things that I want to touch on. I've been into this awareness of what people call consciousness, and I feel like we use that word loosely because everything has consciousness. Excuse me. Everything has consciousness. So I don't think that's a good word to use. But since I've been consciously aware of myself and the world that I'm living in, um, I've been in this for a long time. Okay. And it wasn't a very popular thing to be in at that time back then. I notice now it's been usurped, it's been oversaturated, which don't get me wrong, I think it's a good thing for everybody to have knowledge. Um, and what's more important is to have knowledge yourself. You have to know where you fit in on this world stage and in this paradigm that we live in that we call the third dimension and call it Earth. But it's so trendy now for everybody to be woke. I feel like it is it's like a fad, what I see going on, you know, because nobody wants to be left behind. Everybody wants to be in the know. Okay. I get that. I'm seeing that. And I don't really think it's a good thing. Um, First of all, I feel like we don't understand what we're dealing with as black people. And if you hear that noise, it's my neighbors. I don't know, somebody's arguing or dealing with their child or whatever the case may be, but they are loud and they're out in the hallways. But we don't realize that we're giving away the knowledge that they need. And by who do I mean they? I'm talking about the ones who've kept us oppressed for this time. Due to the fact that they don't have the melanin, they don't have the it factor, they don't have that glow, they don't have what it takes to make certain technologies work. Um, and I feel like that is one of the reasons why they introduced the internet when they did and why it's gotten so big and we have social media. They realize what time we're in. A lot of us don't. And our people are like child. We're like children. We're coming into a knowledge of ourselves, and the majority of us really don't dig deep enough or do the shadow work that is required to really know thyself. It takes a lot. You can't just wake up one day and I got all this knowledge and it. No, you're going to go through a series of events. It's nothing you can do about it. Everybody wants to be chosen. But I don't look at it as being chosen. It's who you are. It's a way of life. It's who you came here as. It's what you cultivate in. It's the metamorphosis stage from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And so we don't realize that we're giving them knowledge that they need. It's certain technologies that they have it, but they cannot utilize it because, again, they don't have the soul, they don't have the melanin. We can automatically activate it with having that soul. So, with that being said, I don't think we realize that on this social media, we're spreading the knowledge and XYZ, but we don't realize that we're giving them fuel for a vehicle that is outdated, for lack of better terms, okay? Um, they are outdated programs. and they are continuing to try to exist in a world that is rejecting them. Okay, like I noticed, you would never see Caucasian men doing the things that black men, indigenous men would do. You'd have a black man and he be having sex with multiple women, making multiple children, and basically almost at one time. Um, he can have sex with this woman. He'll even have sex with that woman. He'll have sex with this woman, and he might have two or three kids being born at the same time. Or months apart, days. That is something that black men have practiced. Now you have Elon Musk having what, 14 kids or something like that. That was something that was never heard of. They are using what you would call your ratchetness, your parasitic thinking. They're using that to continue mankind. Okay? And they're doing it right in your face and you don't even realize. I'm sure somebody else other than myself sees this. But I've been so hesitant because I don't want to give them more information. Because that's one of the reasons, I'm not going to say that's the only reason. That's one of the reasons why they allow us to be on this internet like this and talking about the stuff that we talk about. They meet in secret. I don't think we realize how they still meet in secret and do certain things. We don't think about that. And yes, because of these devices, or whatever technology that we have, whether it be the laptop, the PCs, the phones, cameras, yes, they can still monitor what we say. But the thing about it is, if we would learn how to meet in secret, we announce everything that we do, our events, everything is on social media. So they use it. You think they're not sitting back watching this? You think they're not sitting back looking at this, watching this, getting information, learning how to do certain things? Aha, that's what we've been missing. You don't think that they're doing this? You're wrong if you don't think that they are using us. They are using us. And I don't feel like we're ready for this time. And when I say we, I don't mean you, me, her, him. I'm talking about the bulk of us. Because we're going to give them right back society. Because we'll do anything for money. And they know that. And if you don't know thyself, that's why it's so important to know who you are. Because I'm going to share something with you guys that I didn't want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. I found myself just searching and searching and searching and searching and searching when I already had everything I needed to attain. I have already reached that point where the material world really don't mean nothing to me. Now I'm in it, so I utilize the material world, but it's not important to me. And I found myself shopping all the time, buying clothes, shoes, products to do nails with, whether that's nail polish, polygel, acrylic, the little stickers, decals, and all this stuff, weave to make wigs, buying all this, and I have not even used majority of that stuff. Haven't even touched on it. And I had to realize something. I've already reached that point where the material world don't mean nothing to me, because me getting to know myself, what my purpose is in this world, I've already attained that. So now I'm just sitting back, enjoying this life experience. We don't even understand why we're even here in the first place. Have it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe, those of us with souls have come down here to create something? All this is an experiment, maybe to see what would happen if man created mankind. How is this going to work out? Are we going to be able to teach them and give them the tools that they need to live here harmoniously? We don't even realize this may just be one huge, giant experiment. And you have a story for that experiment, so you won't know it's an experiment unless you have been introduced to the fact that this is an experiment. A lot of us don't even want to touch on the fact of how man even got here in the first place. It's a parasitic being that shoots other parasites into the woman. What do you think your spine is? I'm going to insert a picture of the spine and the nerves in here. And I know some of y'all probably have seen this picture before, but I'm going to insert this picture right here. Did you see that picture? Can you see that that's a parasite? It starts out as what, a little tadpole, the sperm. It's parasitic. I seen this when my daughter was giving birth. I wasn't high. I wasn't under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or any of that. And the Spirit showed it to me. We don't even realize what's going on here. We so caught up in everything because we're just now learning things that's ours anyway. We're just now learning this because we're in the age of information. And the thing about it is, a lot of you guys, not some of you been in this just as long as I have, if not longer. But some of you are just now coming into the knowledge of it since COVID, since the pandemic. And you guys are getting information that has already been out for a long time. And I notice a lot of you are putting your own spin on it. Everybody has something. Everybody knows. Everybody knows it. Everybody speak as if they're an expert. And I don't want to say everybody, but the majority do. They have us so wrapped up in the material world that we don't even realize why we're here and why this is going on in the first place. And we always have an explanation of how did we fall under the rule of tyranny of our oppressors? How did this happen? How did we lose control of this realm? We don't even realize this is an experiment. Not only that, but we don't never want to look at what happened. What was the contributing factor to us falling under some oppression from a being that was created by another being that was created and put down here? Now, men have always been outside of this third dimension, but they wasn't here in this third dimensional realm called Earth. They was not here. How did they get here? And see, a lot of us, we were divine masculine and black men. I want to apologize, and black men, we love. I'm not saying we don't love y'all, because we do. But what I'm saying is, black men want to be first in everything except for the reason why we fail. And then you have a lot of us that are part of the reason too. Divine feminine, divine feminine. Some of us help them. That is how we fell into the hands of an oppressor that was created by the original oppressor. Who is the original oppressor? Black man. You don't have to take it. You can leave it. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't even have to listen. You can go to Home Depot. You can purchase a ladder and you can get over it. I don't give a damn about how you feel about it. Some of us who are observing from the sides is paying attention to what's really going on. But nobody want to talk about this. Now, I know there are some black men that get where I'm talking about. I know there are some black women that get what I'm talking about. But the majority of you guys will not. Because you're going to deflect. You do not, black men, and I'm not even going to say black males, you do not want to be responsible and hold accountability for oppressing the black woman first. That is how all of this got started. You are alien to this planet. You was not here in the beginning of it. You were not. But nobody wants to talk about this. And then we want to just keep sweeping it under the rug like we always do with everything in our communities. We don't want to talk about how black men are hurting black women from when they are children. Black women are hurting children. We don't want to talk about these things, and this is the reason why we got to this point in the first place. And then we want to get mad at those of us that are talking about this, or the fact that some women are talking about the fact of how other women are so jealous of other women. Some women are so jealous of other women that they help patriarchy, which I feel like those type of women help create patriarchy. Matter of fact, maybe those type of feminines helped create the male and brought him here. And then they want to have a whole storyline for it. I'm not saying I know that's for a fact, but after all my research, after all my searching, and all my experience that I have had here, those are the things that I'm looking at. Black men, the majority, not talking about all of you, but the black males, they want to usurp this again and do what they did in the beginning. Enslave us all. You think that's not going to happen again? That's why everybody can't go to that place where we're going. In this reality, everybody is not welcome. We don't realize we're given information, especially us as women, because we hold the key to life. Nobody can come here except through the womb, unless you are an experimental test tube type of situation. Okay? Unless you are a clone, a machine, an android, a bot. Other than that, you have to get here through the womb. Of what? The woman. Everybody's talking about AI. The Matrix is AI. It is artificial intelligence. Because if you are a soul, you are projecting yourself into an avatar. It's called body. You're projecting yourself. You're not here in this reality. You're projecting yourself in this reality via the spirit, which everybody and everything has a spirit here. Some people have artificial spirits, but that's for another story. It's for another video, another topic, another day. But I didn't mean for it to be this long. I just wanted to talk about this because this is something that none of us are talking about. But on that note, I'm going to get off here so I can get finished with the ending of my day. And much love later. Think about these things. Like, think about this. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm not asking you to trust what I'm saying. I'm not even asking you to jive with it. You don't have to agree. Think about this, though. And if your ancestors inside of you, your spirit speaks to you about this, then this is for you. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. We need to start meeting in secret. Those of us who are on the same frequency. We have got to find a way. Trust me, they still meet in secret. Everything they learn from us, they are gathering and meeting in secret and coming up with plans. And we need to do the same thing. Much love later, and I will see you guys on my next.